For the past 8 months, one would say, has really the performance of the national team Sihlangu Semnigati been a good one? When it comes to the results, there's a lot of question marks. When it comes to how they performed in COSAFA and now they were out of the CHAN qualifiers, we'll be joined by our in-house analyst Nilal Lamin, who was down there in Orlando Stadium, just to give us a reaction on how these boys you're just seeing on the screen performed. They're out. What does that mean for this team? Were they quite enough, with positive notes in terms of their performance? Questions were raised. Where are we standing as a country? Hello and welcome. Beautiful show of Libhola Eswatini on Monday. As you know, in the absence of your host, Patrice Msibi, who is busy with other engagement, I'll be your host for the next hour, where we also look at the past weekend Bible Society Cup, the 4th edition. A lot took place. The new champions in the house are Mbabane Highlanders, now taking it from Wanderers, who they also did beat in the finals this coming weekend. We'll also talk about what that means, and teams like Manzini Wanderers and Moneni Pirates giving us a showpiece of getting a chance to watch some of the new players that are all on the trials. So we all get that also later on in the company of another analyst that we do have in the house by the name of Nhlanhla Madida Mabuza, former Moneni Pirates star. He'll be in the house. He was there watching the games just to give us a full report. Without wasting any time, so vele khona umlangeni estudio kude isikhathi vele sokuphumula uvele nje washayela kusukela eJozi eGoli, so vele usestudio. Nguvusele Nkosi.
Fabrice, ngikuthuba lokukhulu ngiyabonga kumukela ehlelweni lakho. Ngikuthuba lokukhulu ngivusele loyal viewers. Ngiyathi ukuthi bakhathile kusukela ngisukile eJozi nangifika naseborder, some of the loyal viewers that we cannot wait. Nangifika edolobheni, some of the loyal viewers nabo bathi angeke bakhona kulinza. So ngicabanga ukuthi le interest ku national team yinkulu kakhulu. Unfortunately, or the sad part, could see the result our hambi nalama expectations.
Let's talk about it. It was a long drive going there and then coming back, just to put you on the spot, Master. So that when you to Pumul and 3 or 4 hours, but you already had the dedication for the job. We thank you for that, Master. We are getting into the serious issue. Is the performance good? Only the results are a problem, according to you. I got a chance to watch them during the COSAFA. Now you were there. Are the boys who are seeing on the screen giving the right person? What's short? Before we take maybe into other issues.
Fabrice, I think our players, they have the talent, super talented. My players, some of them, if ungathatha ubabeke other leagues, like in South Africa, bangadlala. But I think,
including him,
unfortunately, for him and for the nation and for his supporters, for his fans, akakhona ukuthi adlale kule game le. Yes. Bengisachaza Fabrice ukuthi this team, some of the players, they are good. Look at Pelana Mkhonto, improvement lasayendile since afikile kuMbabane Highlanders national team. Look at kwakhe ngendlela lasa improve ngayo at club level national team. Sfiso Matse, Skali, Sabelo Nzinisa, is that kind of a player, longamthemba, but lesekushoda nyalo ngicabanga ukuthi it's the teamwork, the tactics, teamwork, tactics. Yes, the lapses and concentrations are corner because nabuka ngikhumbule la khaya, this is an official from Botswana. Throughout the tunnels bekathela emanti wasesoyaphuma ushaya la layinini athela wona lamanti.
Is this in relation, Master, ngale team sitsima foreign substances?
Yes, you cannot because I'll see stadium
official.
No. Gamel ukuthi ngabe so uyokwenda lokho ekhasi ground.
Yeah, now before we get to the game, I saw the pictures as if we were entering the game, but before we get to the game, you leave Friday with the team. So which means their only chance nguvenje Friday put a coach would see what's the nichimanin. I think wagu just hinted about it's Saturday.
Yeah.
They gym on Saturday. They play on Sunday. To you, you're an analyst. You have also had experience with clubs and teams, national teams. But studying in Scotland, was one day enough?
Fabrice, the last day, trainer or the day before the game, akusiko mbamba lo trainer, kusuke ku ngathi training
relaxation of Lamama said.
Exactly. But ke Fabrice, i-national team siyakhumbula ukuthi Orlando bekuyi home ground yabo, iBotswana beku away team. So the away team yona iyaye inikwe chance yokutraina kuqala. So iBotswana they decided ukuthi bona batawu trainer from 3 to 5.
Lesikhathi lokufanele vele game idlalwe ngaso.
Yes. Isihlangu sona sa trainer from 7 ebusuku.
Why must train ebusuku angisitawudlala mina?
But njengoba ngisho ukuthi iBotswana yona ya trainer from 3, so bebangeke bobabili baze ba train kanye ku same venue. But ke Fabrice, coming back into the game, I think nawubuka le starting 11, same starting 11 lesaqala against Botswana in Botswana, Sandra Nezo Mapalini i back 4, unalindo unakwakhe, unasihlangu, unaPeter, even nala midfield, unaye Mabelesa, unasifiso, then la ngaphambili kwabo kancane ukhona Saviola, then kuma wingers unaPhilane, una Order, then naSkhala. Yes, same starting lineup, consistency lele sikuzingako ku national team vele, but njoba ngisho ukuthi if iBotswana nje first 20-30 minutes ngabe yaba na 2 goals due to ema mistakes ethu ku back line
defensive wise
ku defense. Yes. But ngicabanga ukuthi letinvo leto kudzinga ukuthi coach akhona ukuthi atilungise because his players sohleli nabo sikhathi lesise, some of them uba coachile ku national team. Sorry, at club level.
Beautiful stuff. Master, singakhohle ukuthi the same team sikhuluma ngayo, they had been together prior to this game. They had been together for over 40 days. This team has not been separated for over 40 days.
Yeah.
Starting from preparations of COSAF, so everything was away. So, Master, were you happy with the lineup?
Le mistake lena nje iphose yasicosta. Yes, Botswana iphose yakora. But ke Fabrice, during the game, coach bathi if your right back overlapper, then your left back I overlap. But le transition kuma forwards ethu bebakhona ukuthi lovely goal bebakhona ukuthi Skhali Saviola Philane bebakhona bona ukuthi le transition from defense to attack kube smooth, even nale fast break ubona ukuthi okay the team kukhona la le kwendako kuma fast break, even na kuma counter attacks lena nje likolele beautiful fast break from yena Skhali.
I want us to look at the goal again. I think from the where his position, where he was, Saviola, the moment he received the ball, and then the icon, maybe the look at where he's moving to, so he knew where to find him. Defensive mistake from the Botswana side.
I think for Skhali, because nawubuka ukuthi uthatha isikhathi sakhe wasikite kancane wavula futhi Saviola wambona naye ukuthi uyedwa ngale, then na Saviola ngicabanga le composure inside the box. Very I'm impressed with this goal. Very beautiful goal from yena Saviola. Uyakhombisa ukuthi ngilebe sihlale ngikhala ngako mina ukuthi you cannot, our leading top scorer, you can look at that. Not every player can do that inside the box, because lo munye bekangatatela Fabrice afune kujaka athi far post, uyabona, but yena ukhonele ukuthi athi hamura kancane ihambe defense bese soyafa. Yes, baphumile some of labe bathole ima invites from iFootball Association ukuthi baye khona eJozi.
All right, let's get to the second one now. Another opportunity. Look at this position. Seemingly there is a partnership, but I think Xavier, would you say to you maybe he had the game of the day?
First half he played very well in Saviola. Fabrice, this chance bengikhuluma nge-smooth transition between our players. Look at kwakhe ngale ngenhlangale beka overlapha kakhulu, naka overlapha kwakhe ngilebe ngikusho ke Fabrice ukuthi ngiworried because if kwakhe overlapha ngale, I'm not expecting Lindo ngala right back kuthi naye alendlule I center line.
You can't have both of them.
Ngeke because lokho sekutasho ukuthi exposure exposure I defense. So ngicabanga ukuthi dinvo leto lekudzinga ukuthi tilungiswe kancane.
Chance after chance opportunity, but this is the first one for Botswana.
Fabrice the captain kusadzinga ukuthi iform yakhe ibuyele kunayile siyatiko na element kusa abe
this is his fault.
Abe captain of the team. Look at this goal, same like Burkina Faso. Where is he? Nange lapha ku D-line, nange lapha ku D-line. Uyabona ungenelana ekhathi lo kungena kwakhe ekhathi bekusho ukuthi Sihlangu sorry Peter so uyabuya utocover I right back Sihlangu so sala uyedwa la ngemuva lapha sekubita kusinamambilisa abuya tocover. So ngicabanga ukuthi the two full backs kudzinga ukuthi astike naba attacker awu overlap wena because seba attacker tsine uhlala ku position nalindo awungene kasi kakhulu uyahlala ku position yakho.
Prior to the goal itself, I want us to look at when the Botswana team just nabanyuka nebhola master, the same players we're talking about. Let's look at their positions, because the moment Sir consider that moment, we knew what now we could be putting Botswana in a high position. The plan was to we here. If we can stop here. Here.
Yes, Fabrice.
Take us through
Fabrice,
now.
If yo okay, Lindo uya to commit ekhathi midfield
yes.
Uyazama kuyenda le tackle. I'm expecting in my mind ngithi coach every time nakadlalisa order umdlalisela ukuthi nangabe bas attack abuye ato assist ato assist
nangu se move at the last player
na uyajogela nje order uhamba kancane abuye ato assist Lindo because so out of position. Look at Mabelesa because sobonile ukuthi Mabelesa already Lindo uthi committed
as a destroyer is in the right position Master Mabelesa where he is right now.
Yes Fabrice, right position but
not quick enough.
Umvu wakhe akampick because lo mvulo yakumele ngabe umphikile uyabona uyathi commit Peter vele uta expect ukuthi I center back once I right back yayenda le mistake leyo utawuzama ewuke
but bonke babuke move master the mistake bonke ba defender looking the direction of your goalkeeper.
Sihlale sikhuluma ngaloko Fabrice, sihlale sikhuluma ngaloko ngeke because unika iadvantage laba bebotswa lama opponents kusivele akore.
Now that's 1-1. There was still hope, Master. Could see maybe things could change. And then take us through. There's more highlights. There's more expectations.
And the Fabrice kuleli golele. Bese edwe il minute ukuthi sekuyiwe half time. So you see the lapses in concentration. Basibona siyalida. Okay, sesikathe I half time sambe sophumula. Kanzi akwentiwa lento leyo. At least second half nakhona bayabuya. A beautiful call from Yena Order because first half I heard some of the fans labeka khona lapha kuma stands bakhala kakhulu but with this goal lo msindvo wabese so yehla kancane ngicabanga ukuthi coach kubelievela kwakhe ku order kulamanye ama games uya ngisho ukuthi uyamprepare kwakhe beka wathatha ema free kicks unfortunately because kule game lena uthathe about 4 kude ngisho na yinye okay ibe yinye on target the 3 angabi on target but otherwise
okay penalty that's a penalty.
Yeah, this penalty Fabrice yebtswana laba itholile Peter because as a right back ngicabanga ukuthi nakhona
let's use the footage as you explain because I see the passion ufuna uyichaza kahle
le ndlela la funa defender ngayo le bhola it was wrong because already vele bekaya ukuthi uyaphasi lokwenda kusinale sandla bese siyaphuma ku natural position. Look at that
kanzi umthetho uthini master
Fabrice
the arms are supposed to be behind you
before sifike ku Peter ngidawucela ukuthi ibuyele kancane emuva le clip ngibuke the defending the way our players leme ngayo ngikubute ukuthi kule zone yangale ngenhla kudabani la leshaya khona le bhola lwaseBotswana utawubona ukuthi akunamuntu so ngicabanga ukuthi le tinvo leto kakhulu pause it right there perfect who's picking the opponent yizone yabani
as at volleyball, the space for him to take the shot.
Kuze ndawo uhamba niyo crowder i18 yenu.
Nangibabeleza ngathi usembi kwakhe mos. He was supposed to close him down.
Wamabelesa kunangilovela la ku screen kancane ku D-line. Him and Sifiso Matse, because whenever they are attacking us, nabas attack, the two holding midfielders.
True.
One right midfield kancane lolomnye left midfield kancane niyabuya kancane no cover defense, but njengoba ngishilo ukuthi kule penalty yena Peter u defend ekabi because vele u defend sekawa hence saphuma lesandla bese bayifuna ke na badlali bethu I penalty,
but that's a free kick, it's
but
obvious.
Yeah ingaphandle, but bebakhala ukuthi isikhathi after yena Rafael wasese Chelsea anike ipenalty iBotswana besebeva ngathi even us se deserve le penalty.
All right, was this looking at the chances of Sihlang? Look at that, Master.
There's one thing lenginotisile kule game le.
Yes.
Angathi ukuthi le pressure sikhali kulesinye isikhathi imenda njani, because some of my chances will feel like sikhali being sikhali. Take it. Uyabona? Be selfish. It's a chance. Yeah, exactly. We are a striker. Mbani utakblame if utayithatha leyo shot ayinde I-safe goalkeeper. So ngicabanga ukuthi letinye izinto kudzinga ukuthi athathe irresponsibility. Ungakhathe 18, just pass the ball ekhathe 18. Kule chance lena nje, kule chance le ngicabanga ukuthi yena bekudzinga ukuthi abe selfish kancane atishayele lelo goal.
All right, chance after chance, the likes of Leon Manyisa also getting confidence a bit. Was it a good idea maybe kumletsa kule game? We'll talk about that as well. But Master, overall, were you shocked? Maybe were we unlucky, Master? Now what performance? Would you say we're unlucky? No mangnama elapses of concentration ukulmanga Master.
Fabrice Glesian skatse vele ibola uyadlala ngelakha ngimvile coach wase Botswana akhuluma ukuthi kulo 4 games labamdlalile against Eswatini in a space of 2 months, because yadlala friendly game before iKhosafa sahamba zadlala KhosaFa, then the 2 games kuChan ku onke le 4 games nawubuka iSihlangu nawukhuluma ngeposition nawukhuluma ngema-stats kuwo onke lama games besingetulo. So ngicabanga ukuthi kulesinye isikhathi inhlanhla, but ke ebholeni mina ngeke ngithi inhlanhla uyadakhela wena. Take your chances. Award goalkeeper ngenteka any mistake lingene. So if you take your chances, if you keep on kuthola emabhola on target, who knows,
it could be your day.
Yeah.
All right. Master, there's a lot to say about this team. Sihlangu semnikati lesingasho ukuthi sesivele siphumile enzebeni yeChan. Now, Coach Dominic Kunene, what does he think about this performance? Linda Dlamini got a chance to speak to him after the game, giving his reaction on the performance of the team on the day.
Igibe ihambe kahle ukuthi singabonga nje kubadlali. Ngibona timpawu tekukhula kule team. So nangabe uyakhona kwashaya emagoli. Seyindlela nje ukuthi wavikela njani naswashayile, but ke goal number 2 penalty dawubethela abantu kude lo ngambethela. But nje ngijabulile nangithi ngikhuluma ngekukhula, ngibonile indlela abavusa ngayo imalayini nasiluza ibhola isikakhulu ku half yethu. So uyabona ukuthi iqembu likhulile but nje sidliwe, but inhliziyo yami ijabulile. Njengalokusho nje but ngicabanga ukuthi badlali na ubethemba baye bakubhadala cishe sibethemba bonke akude nje lesingamethembi lesamphika si technically ngilesimethembawo, so vele baye bende njalo na umethemba uyatenda tonke tabo ukuthi akubambise.
Now, he's a very friendly coach. He does watch the program, Master. He does take lama comments lesiyavethako sometimes. Umuva vetatin voting 3 la. Igame ihambe kahle. Badlali bayakhula. Kuthi singamthemba bonke siyabathemba. Master, okay, it's a game of football. In as much as it's a national team, imve abantu le akusi club. Uvumelana naye ukuthi game ihambe kahle because lokhu umcwanga nama results.
I think
bayakhula ukukhula.
Fabrice,
what's your take?
Ngicabanga ukuthi icoach utawuvakala kabi nakathi igame ihambe kahle because labanye abantu babelievela ukuthi iresult. Yes, but nawubuka ukuthi kulama games lengiwashoko against Botswana, first leg abakoranga, KhosaFa quarter finals abakoranga against Botswana, bawathole ama chances. I think there are some positives because bakhonile kushaya 2 goals against Botswana. ngaleyo ndlela ngisho ukuthi usho kanjalo ukuthi igame ihambe kahle, but in terms of i-result ayikahambi kahle igame because besifuna uchubekela ku next stage sekuya kumachana. Kwesibili uthi badlali bayakhula njengoba ngisho Fabrice ukuthi some of the things ngibekise nje nge-transition ngibekise
nama opportunities nama chances,
exactly, create ama chances. Uyabona ukuthi kukhona kule team, so ngicabanga ukuthi ngaleyo ndlela leyo labadlali bakhombisa immaturity and wabekisa ke ngamalayini Fabrice ngeke ngithi mina every team noma yonke i-team yabo coach ngeke ngibuke ukuthi if i-defense yakho naba i-attacker ima kanjani, i-midfield yakho naba i-attacker ima kanjani, your strikers, your wing backs ngawabita kanjalo, yes, ma wingers, if ban attacker bayabuya ni batokhona ukuthi ban support, then le line lima kanjani. Ngicabanga ukuthi into tonke letinto leto loya utidzinge utibuke ecenjini.
Through experience masa njengala ukuthi ngivethele ukuthi it's already 8 months into the year. Kosafa results were not good. This is the game we're watching, we're out. Nasibuka master star itsinza kancane nenzabe ukuthi mhlawumbe there are things now uva ngazo sithi yashota within the team, maybe within the management or preparations. Nangabe sithi master game yethu lelandzelako it's against Cape Verde in September, AFCON qualifiers. What do we need to do so we can now proceed? Our only hope now is AFCON qualifiers. We're out of this place. Beautiful pass, beautiful goals. This is the progress Coach Akulumanga. We can see people like Savira taking on defenders, scoring goals. But what needs to be done now for results?
Ngicabanga ukuthi Fabrice kusadzinga ukuthi coach I know ukuthi ema one on one uyawenda with the players, but uyakudzinga kakhulu lokho. I remember coach Edwin akhuluma ngamdlali Sifiso Mathe ukuthi coach Dominic umsite kanganani ukuthi aza discover the position.
Okay, watch this and this. Okay,
all day long, Fabrice. This is a beautiful goal.
The moment of the weekend.
Yes, some of the players ngikhulume is the leader of the team. He is the captain. I know na ukuthi uyayibukela le program le. Some of the criticism noma some of lama analysis lesibaniketa wona akusho ukuthi mhlawumbe umuvu usuke uhade kakhulu. Ngibuka ema crosses la wafaka wena captain Lindo Mkhonto. Second half no successful cross. Uzwakhala coach wathi besingeke ezisijime livik akhuluma lapha pass ngeke guys sijime livik lonke bese seniyabuya ndohlula kwende ama cross ndohlula kwende ama passes. So ngicabanga ukuthi inhle into lekudzinga ukuthi coach akawende lama one on one bazame improve player. But yes, I know ukuthi at national team level labanye batathi good development, but now ukhuluma nge-development at club at national team level uyadzinga lo mdlalo ukuthi uke uhlale phasi umbonise. These videos nje bayawadzinga kakhulu ukuthi bende i-analysis
review. Now we've seen players like Kwake, we've seen Manyiso, we've seen Peter, and they have grown. I think that's what coach is alluding on, and adding on the experience of the likes of Skadi. But if Botswana, if in terms of rankings, where they're ahead of us now, we're talking about also the coach admitting that now we're a better side. You've once highlighted issue Mastema friendlies. Yes, we don't get to play friendlies. This team, like I was saying, was together for 40 days. Now they might be together again. Is it September or November? Yeah, somewhere there. Now we're going to Cape Verde a week or two without that again friendly. How important is that?
Ngicabanga ukuthi involete asitha nyalo ukuthi sasike siphume kudlala ama friendly games with marvelous computer now la within the region. Sitting a different style of play lesitawudlala against bona because siyodlala ne Cape Verde yale West Africa siyatsinga ukuthi hamba eDRC Zambia, even Zambia asidlala ama friendly games kakhulu neZambia, hambe eZambia, even Ethiopia, hambe Ethiopia
lokuthi sebakhulu Ethiopia
exactly lokuthi noma ngabe bata le nto odlala naba. I remember ukuthi Egypt kulomnyaka yashaya 10-0 but lo 10-0 2 years later sahamba sa compete minister minister of sports nyalo wahamba with that team bakhona ukuthi ma results improve nanyalo sethinga ukuthi this team ihambe yodlala with the likes of noma ungathola iCameroon hamba uyodlala neCameroon bakushaya lo 7-0 bakushaya but I doubt ukuthi bangabashaya 7-0 because nyalo lamagoli awasangeni kakhulu sekuthinga nje ukuthi silungise lapha nalapha kancane if sitawukhona ukuthi sidlale nalamavelawo singa improve.
Now this is an issue master lesingasho ukuthi it's out of our hand, it's out of football association's hands at the moment. Do you think le game lena master we could have won it nangabe sidlalele ekhaya?
Fabrice ilesi isikhathi ema games asekhaya kubangela pressure kulesi isikhathi home games atakufakela pressure because uthi engcondweni yakho ngisekhaya laba labetako le because asengibekise nje kuBotswana vele bona bebathi ukuthi bete bayadlala away they need just one goal because isihlangu asika gorile so ngicabanga ukuthi tonke letinto leto tiyakwenda ekhaya ukuthi bese soba under pressure kodwa having said that ekhaya ngidawubekisa ngasomhlolo ema teams incumbe beketa la kasomhlolo because sesiyimjwayele artificial turf yethu ema players ethu kakhulu amkondile somhlolo so ngicabanga ukuthi kudlalela ekhaya advantage ukuthi lel ground idlala week in week out indlalela kulo mavuso badlala every week so ngicabanga ukuthi inema disadvantages ayo inema advantages ayo but lokunengi lama advantages.
Beautiful stuff. One more question before I release him. He's a very, dedicated man. He hasn't got a chance to rest. I'm releasing you, Master. But before I release you, Usibone the squad, you've seen their performance for the past, I think, over a month I've been talking about. But the games, e-league, season. Do you think we need that? Yes, we need that. That's a fact. Do you think maybe within the same squad, 1 or 2, 3 or 4, they need just to go out and play out of the country. The experience of
Fabrice, before take your question, ngiyatibuta ngasho even the other week ukuthi if Skhali ngenteka athole injury ngibani lunga leader le
national team
as a striker. Ngiyabuka ka first division kuna top striker loshaya amagoli amaningi kakhulu. Kuyadzinga Sandile yes kukhosafa bekudzinga ukuthi ahambe at least umnike that 20 minutes 10 minutes those are the kind of players lo badzinga ku national team hayi ukuthi wenda a quick fix uthi nawubukele ekhashane the long term goal wendela ukuthi labadlali nabo bajwayele kudlala ku national team. I remember ukuthi na isikhala uthi nakaqala kudlala national team wafike kancane bekasolo afakwa kancane nyalo is a star player ku national team ubuke bo Saviola nabo kancane bebangena ku national team bonhlanhla they are part of the team bababita now and then bo Tiger from Manzini Wanderers bababita now and then so ngicabanga ukuthi some of the departments nakhona adzinga ukuthi kancane lo mdlali ube umjwayeta kudlalela ku national team.
To echo President Peter Samora Simelane's words about a week or two ago, he highlighted that in 7 years time live la kangane litawucala kungenela nangabe kuhambe kahle kucuthelana ukuthi lingenele imidlalweni uma World Cups. Master, how is this now disturbing the plan? Because begatsi we start go to Algeria for CHAN finals, of which sesiphumile. Siranzele kuya eMorocco for AFCON, of which nakona sikoshwa nangabe kube lukhuni to play in the CHAN. How difficult would it be for Morocco? Then the plan for 7 years, Master. We've now gone 7 years backwards. So shooting 14 years now. Did you believe in the plan in the first place?
Sakuthi Fabrice inzabe national team itane pressure lena kakhulu because national team sesiyendesa kwaba ngathi kumele ukuthi kuphume ama results kanzi if mina nje kube ngimi bengidawafaka vele la mahastela niba bathi niyakhuluma because imedia thina sahlalela ukukhuluma bengidawafaka la mahastela Fabrice ngingalaleli kakhulu labasho bani ngithathe le team labadlali ngicabanga ukuthi mina bata in 4-5 years batabe sebavuthiwe kube ngibo labadlala kakhulu okay 3 or 4 kule team bayadzingeka vele to guide the youngsters, but some of the players bayadzingeka ku national team lalabancane lesicabanga ukuthi ngomlibalo embili bathole more of ama games kube ngibo lalabadlalako ngaleyo ndlela leyo 7 years 8 years but abe sebamaturishile. But nawubuka nyalo ukuthi sikhali kulo 7 years ngeke abe khona, Sandanezo kulo 7 years ngeke abe khona, Sihlangu kulo 7 years ngeke abe khona, Lindo kulo 7 years ngeke abe khona, Mabelesa kulo 7 years ngeke abe khona, Sifiso Mase kulo 7 years ngeke abe khona, Oda ngeke abe khona kulo 7 years. Maybe kwakhe angaba
captain kuleso sikhathi,
maybe yes angaba khona,
Peter angaba khona,
yes maybe angaba khona if atatinaka ngalendlela
lifestyle wise,
exactly. But ngicabanga ukuthi nawubuka kule team loyisho nje nangibuka mina about 3 maybe labangabe bakhona ku 7 years.
They have it. That is Linda Dlamini. He has a promise to you as a loyal viewer ukuthi one day utaba nguye umcixeshi welikhethe receive Sihlangu semnika so lukhona masa
so longikhona. But info Fabrice lengiyithi ngiyende mina nawuhlele kuleso situlo leso wena angikusupport wena umsebenzi wakho bese kuthi nakufika isikhathi sakho sekuphuma uphume afike lo munye simsupport and because nami ngaleso sikhathi leso ngiyodzinga support.
There you have it. It's one way of being professional. Support me while I'm still in charge. When I'm out, you must do the same. Otherwise, he's going to get some rest. He's been on the road just trying to make it here so that he can give you analysis of how Sihlangu Semnigathi now performed over the weekend. Chan qualifiers, the dream is up in the smoke. What happens next? And of course, the hopes is now on the AFCON qualifiers. Cameroon face Cape Verde at some point earlier this year before the World Cup finals. Otherwise, short break. When I come back, I'll be joined by Nhlanhla Madida Mabuza just to discuss how the beautiful weekend. We saw how colorful the 2022 Bible Society Cup was. Colorful, supporters in their number. So very close to the studio. After the break, Stabitsi Kulumisa in the Bible Society Cup. Huh? Now, we're back Eswatini TV, Libhola Eswatini, your Monday edition, and of course we do say sorry for those hiccups in terms of sound as our technicians are working on it. But I'm joined already by his name is Nhlanhla Madida Mabuza. He's a former well-known Moneni Pirate star. So very cool in the studio. Stabisteke tinza bate Bible Society lebeyidlala kule mpelasonto. Nguvusele mshe nguvusele kule hlelo.
Fabrice sivusele nemaswati labukela wona umsakato Eswatini TV kilo Libhola Eswatini.
Ngivele ngithi ngafika 8:30 manzini mavuso. The first game was 9. Quarter to bevukhona.
Yes,
quarter to 9 bevukhona. Uphethe team list buka ukuthi kuhamba njani.
Yes, bengikhona because there were schools that were supposed to play
yes.
at 8 o'clock, so I had to be there by 7:30 so that I can see how those young kids play.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first game you watched it was Moneni Pirates versus Manzini Wanderers. Madida mhlawumbe nje kutsinza kancane in terms of ibhola and the atmosphere we had on Sunday. Nawubuka nje lendlela balandzeli bebekhona in terms of their numbers. Kuwe as a former player, uphinze ube analyst, uphinze ube nelithando lebhola. What picture did it send to you in terms of your attendance? Nawubuka nje lendlela abantu bebakhona.
Fabrice, I think eMaswati they like football. Because if you could see they were there even before 7 o'clock, it shows they love football. And we say thank you so much go Bible Society for bringing such a tournament to the fans, because ngicabanga ukuthi this is just a giveaway tournament whereby fana nokuthi bangena mahala, because in most cases fans they normally pay when they get into the stadium, but in this case you just produce your Siswati Bible and then you enter the stadium.
Right.
So it's a good tournament.
It's a tournament lesingasho ukuthi Matita bekutema rules nje, you could have guest players in terms of on the day trials sibonela abaningi in terms of players. These are some of the pictures showing us the attendance. This is early as 9:30, I think it was first half of the first game.
Yes.
Kukombisa ukuthi vele ibhola bavele bayilambele. This is some of the entertainment
Yeah.
notice it on the day, and I think it gives us a reminder Matita ukuthi vele solo sidzinga inkundla lefanele ukuthi singadlalisa imidlalo lengaka.
Yes, we still have a challenge as a country to have a very big stadium. Maybe let's khona ukuthi si accommodate a lot of these fans, because labanye you could see them bahlalela phezulu sekude indzawo sebahleti lapha etitinini. So it shows ukuthi this is one challenge lesinayo as a country. We're playing away from home. When we call it a home game, it's a sign that we need the stadium. Yeah, we need a stadium.
We're playing home, God, we are playing away.
Yes.
As first game, Matita, Wanderers, Moneni Pirates.
Yeah.
Ngiyathi ukuthi nawubukela the game in terms of the teams and the lineups, your interest was because utsansi Port, but you also had the interest for this team, black and white, to see what they are bringing on the table.
Yes, I do have interest. Gubona ukuthi betanani. So I visited them at training. I saw some new players at training, and fortunately on the other side, Parties is my son. So number 8. So
number 8, yeah.
There are a lot of boys when they are playing, because a number of them bakhona lama clubbing. So I have got an interest kubona ukuthi imanzini Wanderers yona iphethen. Inabo boskosh, I trained them esikolweni, and a number of these young boys bengifuna kubona nje ukuthi better sebakhula in the game. Yes, Parties.
First goal,
Fabrice.
First goal, Wanderers. Were you the project they came with on the day with the young players you're talking about, Matita? Maybe what was your reaction first by looking at this goal in terms of how they're taking on the defense?
That one was a giveaway goal. A right back Lwazi wavela wayithatha nje wayibuyisa la khathi, and a good composure to that young man who was wearing jersey number 17 from Manzini Wanderers. And we are bona ukuthi Manzini Wanderers is serious, because they are now bringing in, if you can see, they are bringing in young boys, and these are locals. We are bona ukuthi nabo batawusanga nabo coaches basayina abantu bashiya abantu, because all the boys that they used, they are very, very good.
Many opportunities on both sides. On side of the Pirates, Matita mhlambe nje, let's look at this goal.
Yeah.
Parties were good goal, Matita. Did he think he was going to score, or he was crossing?
I think he was trying to make a cross, but the goalkeeper was offline. So that's the reason why athatha those steps azama ukuthi solo yachika ufuna kubiyele emuva, because le bhola bekacabanga ukuthi batayindi be cross, so yagcina seyingenile.
All right.
Yeah,
but it's a beautiful one.
It's a beautiful
from the young man.
Yeah, it's good.
What were you waiting to send the message nasafike ekhaya uthi hayi cha usebenza?
No, angimsendeli the message. Normally when he's playing la ngikhona I normally go with him ngibiyele naye ekhaya.
Wow.
Because kufuna ajika abiyele ekhaya vele.
Right.
In most cases, yeah.
There were no goals from Moneni Matita, but how would you rate their performance? This is Wanderers, of course, still on the chance. Paito with the finish.
Okay.
Oof, beautiful.
Lengakusho ngeMoneni, there's one thing lengiyibonile, still sticking onto their football, carpet football, but the problem, they were not fit.
The finish.
Yeah, they were not fit. No, they were not fit. Bebangakhona ukufika ngesikhathi ebholeni, kanti Manzini Wanderers they are always first to the ball, and iyakhona nayo manje kuyidlala ibhola njengalaba beMoneni Pirates.
Take me through this goal.
That one was one of the best goals of the day.
One of the best goals.
Yes, Nana Iliasha hit Denver Sundowns against Mbabane Highlanders. I think those two goals I enjoyed.
Now, booking performance Paito on the day, in terms of Wanderers.
Well, Wanderers, I think they have to make a choice between Paito and Menzi, so that Batoba at least namunye kula ma defending midfielders abo, because they still have Tiger again. Lobekangekho kule game ehambene national team.
And there's also Tabolang.
There is also Tabolang. I don't know what is happening about Tabolang. So those guys, kufuna babone bo coach ukuthi bathatha bani bashiya.
Angeke yini bathathe bonke Matita babe
Three
ngi season suke.
Yeah, it will depend ukuthi nakulala amanye ama departments utsinga I personnel lengakanani.
All right.
Yeah.
They showed a beautiful performance, Matita. You were touching on Monene before we get to the second game, but in terms of maybe transfers, in terms of Wanderers, maybe they still have to make a decision.
Yeah.
But both choices are good. Menzi Bamzing at some point, Paito Bamzing at some point. Monene, what do they need to improve? Where do they need to put in new faces?
I think once again we need some wing backs.
Now let's see Wilshon Monene.
Yes, that is Monene Pirates.
Yes.
They need Emma wing backs, that is the right back and the left back.
back.
Yes, they need, because they are using midfielders there.
True.
Luazi is a midfielder, Messi is a midfielder. So they need to do something with their opposition. And again, one centre back, Lebe Ingeko. There is a boy Wakashong about day. Then up front, I think they need two strikers, because those strikers, I'm not happy the way they labadlala ngayo, because if you are a striker and you can't pass 10, imagine you are 10 goals per season, then it means there's something wrong with you as a striker.
Now that was the first game between Wanderers and Monene Pirates. Wanderers had to proceed to the finals and wait to see the winner between Mbabane Highlanders and Denver Sundowns. Highlanders coming to the game, begunama expectations in terms of what's new faces. Besifuna kubona ukuthi kwendekana. Matita kule game yesibili sibabonile abanye baqhamukabo Lesotho, abanye baqhamukabo Zambia. Yes, Lesotho, Zambia and everywhere. What was your expectation? Funa ubuka nje team list from both sides. What a chance.
Yeah, I was impressed by Denver Sundowns. They just showed they are already ready for the league,
season.
For the season. Yes, it's not easy to beat them. Le comeback yabo nje against Highlanders wabona lokho ukuthi vele after sebafake bosiphamandla lapha emkhathini bakhona eda punch kuleya game.
Defensive mistake again in another game.
Yes. I think lwethu lapha wabendela phansi la Denver Sundowns. But Highlander nayo, they still have to make a choice in the foreigners that they brought in there. I saw that guy from Black Leopard. He was wearing number 8. Yes, so he's also showing some kind of good play. Kuleya midfield kanzi. Now Highlander, there were some players who were not there. Bomkondro, Bo Peter and Boskali, they were not there. But Nabo, they still have a lot of work to do. Ekuthenini bapikabobani abapikibani, but at the same time, Emma wing abo.
But what was supposed to be done in this case? I see we still move on because I think maybe when maybe there could have been a chance. We would say they could have saved that goal from going inside the net. Yeah, they should have. Nasaka Pumile goalkeeper, someone should take over his position. You see, because that is where umangabe goalkeeper aphume palini, we must make sure someone should cover the post. That guy who is running, that player, bekufanele kwende earlier lokho bekade ayiseva le bola from going in. Bese sibona imvula sengazange sibona, I think ebholeni yakuleli Matita, as we look at the goal. There was a substitution from the ref.
Yeah.
Imvula lesingasho ukuthi master Matita, it's not a case lesingasho ukuthi we're used to it. Umthetho wa FIFA very asho ukuthi nangabe it's anything to the facial and it looks quite serious. There should be a change.
Yeah, there should be.
Lokho Matita kuhambisana yini ukuthi solo seku pre-season mhlawumbe umthimba usongakabe used kulama hits nalokuthi kube bekushisa uphinza ugijime, but they do go through lama test for affair. Yeah,
but they do have a test for affair. This afternoon when I was passing the technical center, they were there. All of them, a number of them, they were there they are doing some kind of training and all the likes. So kuyendeka such things like game vele. That's why you have to have the fourth official who is also a referee, so that in case there is a problem, one should go in, because all of them, the four of them are referees. The others are assistants. Even the assistants, they can get in and proceed with the game.
Right.
Ngaphandle kwenkinga.
The game carried on, and of course, Mr. Mshonga had to come in. Let's talk about also the second goal, Matita. When you look at how things are folded in the second goal, this is Highlander, and this is also their beautiful build-up of football. What did you make of this goal?
I think the winger Highlander he did a very good job. Because when the good summer defenders Sundowns are defender very abhekele epalini lawo, it's very difficult. Good defender Ipola, look at them, all of them, they are facing
the opposite direction.
Yes, so it's very difficult to defend naso face a goal post yakho.
Surprising package from Sundowns.
Hey.
Oof, but that was straight to the keep. Now let's take a look at this as we look at the goal.
That one was that was a good goal. That
goal
was
of
a
this
good
tournament.
Goal. The goal of the tournament. This one. I will shy. That was a great
Was it
goal.
a technique? Was it luck? Was it?
He's a very good kicker, Lomfana Loyana, because he used to play midfield go Mhlume. So Nyalo is playing at the back. Vele has got very good shots. Nakadlala Vele, he normally takes some shots la mahle. Yes.
Bayaku penalty ke Matita in terms of luck, where one side has to take chances. This is a side you can't control, Matita.
Yeah.
Even the coach cannot say I've got the best penalty takers.
Once the game yafika, we only rely on the goalkeepers. The only person who can save the team is the goalkeeper now. Yeah.
Now umbuka Mxolisi mhlawumbe ungasho ukuthi ufakela is he improving as a second goalkeeper?
Yeah, he's a seasoned goalkeeper because he played for Rovers, this boy. So he's a very good penalty shot stopper. Nalwetu is also good because Lwetu took over Eskoleni from this young man here. Yes.
There's too much chemistry between
so
the two teams.
They know my penalties vele. My penalty bayakwati kakhulu.
Baphuma kalukhuni Sundowns, but they gave us a second performance, beautiful performance.
That was one of the best teams nje lengwabukele kuleya tournament. Ngiyo lecishe yaba ngetulu kulala amanye ama team in terms of performance.
Ubareta kuphi ku upcoming season Matiti? No, ubuke Sundowns.
Yeah, Sundowns, they can compete if they can acquire labadlali lebeyinabo nyalo. It's make sure ukuthi they get bona. It'll compete at this time.
Simbonile Jimo Moses bekadlalela bona over the weekend.
Yeah.
Do you think bayamtsinga
yini? They need him. They need him a lot because le defense yabo nje ivele nje yaba ne stability lesikhulu. You see, because now Kumbula kahle Sundowns, they were using Makosi in that position. But unfortunately, because we're Royal Leopard ngende bese bamrecall back or what, I don't know. But lokufika kwa Jimo lapha kubende nje baba ne stability lesikahle kakhulu.
All right. I wish there was also a game for the third place in this competition. Bestabona Imoneni Pirates, it to Nemanzini Sundowns. Now, the final, the beautiful final. Stadium packed to capacity, the two biggest team in the land. Some of the two biggest team in the land facing each other in this final. Expectation here. This is the beautiful trophy. That is, should I say, worth 300,000. My expectation here is in Matida, Basemengala.
Okay, vele my expectations am bengibona ukuthi iHighlander ingahle iwine le game le because bona sebabene malanganyana cishe bajima and sebake bawudlala nema games outside the country.
True.
So you could see ukuthi bona in terms of physique they are better than the other teams. Yeah.
All right. Officials, including himself, Chief Ali Khomong, he has spent a lot of money. Epoleni Matita, kumcwanga nani vele ukuthi ube nebantu labafana naye ukuthi the investment should show in what you're trying to do. Has he put where Highlander was supposed to be? Now buga we.
Yeah.
Kulesikhathi bodlala Highlander to where Highlander is today. Has he put where they're supposed to be?
I think usebende kakhulu Ali kumbabane Highlanders because it's been a long time kuyibona iHighlander iperforma ngalendlela le performa ngayo naku league uyikhanze ukuthi icetha le tulu and icompete. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Kuyasho ukuthi le investment lanayo isitile kakhulu iMbabane Highlanders. Yeah.
Now, seeing the two teams giving us the show, this is Wanderers. Now, Babuga, in terms of their finishing, because we can see the build-up is there. The build-up icon. So, one parties they are trying their best. To the finishing.
I think bayamdinga someone at the top. If that boy Wakashabang can discover ukuthi uphetheni, I think Wanderers ingaphila kuye. There is a boy lobeka number 7. He's a very good striker, but ngathi we had to doubt lokuthi he's a very good striker. Yes. Otherwise Wanderers they've got a striker in that boy. Yeah. Ngikhona labashota khona cishe lapha ku finishing.
All right.
Yes.
In terms of also build up to the goals. In Highlanders also showed us it's something in the second half.
Yeah.
I think they put in the team that we normally know.
Yes.
I think the second game, this is the game where Kenneth Molotov, of course, being on the highlight of the show. What a goal. Take us through it, Matit. What a goal.
That one. That was a good goal.
This young man.
Yeah.
Swakile.
He scored a good goal. And the build-up, ibe inhle kakhulu for Highlanders. Buthi bangagcina bayifinisha ngalendlela leyana.
Scoring this goal, Uteskari, good at that front line, you know, it says a lot.
Yeah, it says a lot because we challenge if you are going to have one man Loto rely as a striker. If you look at my teams like this, a performer like Boreal Leopard, Nabo Young Buffaloes, they don't rely on one man. Today there is this one, the other day there is another striker. You know, Nabola Highlander. I think it's high time now because Ali has spent money. Team. Nyalo, it's high time that he gets another striker that is going to be of good quality. Ato Konaguts, in case Scully is not there, he's also going to take over.
Maybe, you know, talking about positives, when they get with the defensive Wanderers, what should have been happened? Wait for now, and I'm looking at the build up to the goal. They're everywhere. The defense is everywhere.
Yes, they were there, but the problem, Fabrice, again they faced Dilpali. By the time when they were cross, but bayabuya bakhanza ukuthi that particular player we Highlanders Wakila is already finished. Now but bayajika to come in close because they were bebabanengi kakhulu kulela goal lelo.
Now the moment now let's wait from the moment here yes, when Moloto receives the cross.
Now they are crossing the ball. All of them are facing that side.
Including
only one player. Yes, is trying to run back. So lo longa la le player leta u receiver le ball anyana. Already say without pickela nje sport ukuthi ishaya kuphi because
the secret ke Madida as a player when a ball comes like this bonke bahamba go opposite direction
you shouldn't take much time that just number 2 he should have gone in to go and press kunanga umuntu nangalo shaya goal laba vele because he was facing them now bese bakhashana.
All right, the MTN Premier League runners-up last season. They are going to CAF Confederation. But this is the Lensha, but it's a Bible Society Cup. But there games, friendly games, including against Pirates, including Memory Sundowns.
Yes, locally they will play, but when it goes to the international, when it comes to the international games, Fabrice, they might struggle. Because of ngiyabesabela i-height yes i-height ayisikole lekahle kakhulu but nabo if they can get maybe labo bottom at least bantu labana le height nyana they can go and compete go Africa Cup but it's good that they have to go there and see what they can do because maybe who knows but pick a team from Lesotho or from whatever bantu lesine height lesicishe silingana nabo they can perform
for coach bayathengeni kumshintsha noma ukahle
coach Mbabane Highlanders I think bayathenga kuyi-edda kancane ku-technical kuMbabane Highlanders because kukhona some games lapho bekunema questionable decisions that he used to take hence iHighland yagcina le trophy ngakayiwini le MTN yeah right. So bayadzinga lokho ukuthi bangete some expectees yeah
from the bench
yeah That was good. That was good for Highlanders.
That's good for Highlanders. Beautiful pictures, beautiful stuff. I think he's a happy man, the chairman. They have done a good job. They are now getting ready for the new season. They are now also... remember the team at some point, Matita, when there instabilities, good he might step down. I don't think now at this point he can also think of that. He wants to move forward.
This is motivating him. At least the team can be crowned champions of that tournament, even though it was a one-day tournament, but at least they are champions. So it shows there is progression in the team.
He has Scully's issue to sort out as well. What can you say about the Scully issue?
Wonke muntu in the world is trying to sort out those problems. The players, all those things. So now, if Banga loses Scully, I think it will have a little bit of some disturbance, even the family of Highlanders, but they need to make sure they keep that player at least for another season.
I had hoped that maybe we could listen to some of the interviews that were held on the day, including himself, the chairman, Aliko Mowe, the chairman of the Premier League of Eswatini, to the sponsors, all the supporters and the fans. And the day the Minister for Sports was represented by the Minister of Tingundla, Mr. David Ngampara, just to give us a reaction of what they think about how the tournament went.
Bible Society abonge kulabasibambele ibhola eveni abonge ama-club nema-fans lo msebenzi bemhle kakhulu mawubuke ama-supporters ngendlela lafike ngayo lokuthi ibhola vele bese bayilambele eveni nokuthi nje ema-club uyabona ukuthi ayimisele ukuthi ibhola lakithi likhuphuke kungaba ngiloko nje mfana Nkosi siyabonga.
For me
David Cruz and Ngampara on the day. Matija, it was a beautiful day over the weekend. Business as usual, supporters in their numbers. Season launch. Before Sivalese Matita, now Bugara teams over the weekend. Upinzu kumbure gutsi lo padiko na yo Buffaloes the bako na boklin member. Umuniga ndithuba kutsanga pinza isatselenze.
A team that is going to prepare very well, but this time it will be more competitive. If you look at the teams, ba recruiter ganjani. We are born looks everybody wants to add competition in the league. Like Manzini Wanderers, Denver Sundowns, you could see they want to add value and competition in this tournament. MTN later.
Right, beautiful stuff. Matita, our also in-house analysts, who always always reliable and something in terms of analysis. Beautiful shows. Thank you very much, Mr. Mabuza, for being with us. That was Libhola Eswatini. Focus also on Sihlangu and also on the Bible Society. And what's your reaction before I let you go? What's your reaction on Sihlangu? Just quick one word.
It's Sevaphlung. Yeah, Sevaphlung. We have been kicked out. How can we be beaten by one team 4 times? No, it's not right.
There have it. We have to go. Time is against us. Until we meet again on Thursday during Temidlalo. Sihlala kamnanzi.
Do you remember the spinning thing? This is us. This picture represents what we did. We were there when coronavirus wreaked havoc in our population. Together with other stakeholders, we formed the first line, controlling the spread of the unknown and unseen enemy of the people. Anxious ourselves, we collected dead bodies countrywide at the time when no one wanted to come near dead bodies of loved ones. We did care for our fellow citizens. Thank you, the people of Eswatini and teams of first responders.